Hello, I'm your Superhero Critic. I'll stay super as long as you stay awesome. When it comes to writers going straight from creating a character to getting that character adapted onto the big screen, we go to none other than Mark Millar. From Wanted to Kingsman to Kick-Ass, most of his creations get picked up for film adaptation right off the bat. And of course, what better way to continue on the kick-assy trend than to adopt the second issue of Kick-Ass, Kick-Ass 2, and turn it into a film as well. So what better way to start off my summer of sequels than with Kick-Ass 2. The film starts with Dave and Mindy training on how to take a bullet before jumping to more narration from Dave, recapping us from the events of the first film. We see that Mindy skips school now in order to train, and Dave has quit being Kick-Ass. Dave decides it's enough of sitting on his butt and begs Mindy to help.
I want to team up, like Batman and Robin.
Nobody wants to be Robin.
What's wrong with Robin? Would you like Big Daddy's Robin?
Okay, Robin wishes he was me.
Nobody wants to be Robin. Robin doesn't even want to be Robin. We then get a short training montage before jumping to Chris D'Amico, who is upset his mom deleted his Kick-Ass footage and argues with her that his father did not die in a fire like she thinks. His mom's bodyguard, Javier, played by John Leguizamo, stands in his way from leaving the house. Due to his anger, he lashes out at his sun-tanning mother.
Not the problem, you are! I wish you were dead! Mommy?
I do believe your mother is... Ugh. Our heroes have a talk about the fact that they know they can and will eventually die, doing what they are doing, but Dave tries to reassure Mindy he does not care. Mindy heads home and her stepfather Marcus, now played by Morris Chestnut, weird last name, but okay, demands to know where she is going when she's supposed to be in school. She lies to his face, saying she was going to the mall. Chris is seen going through his mom's stuff when Javier finds a pair of guns and his mom's gimp suit. We then jump to Dave's first field day of training.
I'm the whitest pimp ever.
Oh, trust me, I have seen whiter pimps. You see what I mean? Dave heads down an alleyway and is quickly surrounded by thugs. He tries to hold his own, but is eventually taken down. Hit Girl appears in the nick of time, taking out all the thugs one by one. Cops show up as Hit Girl gets away, and a race begins to see if Hit Girl or her stepfather can make it back home first. It ends up not mattering who got home first, because she's caught anyway. Her father demands her to stop playing dress-up. At school, Mindy tells Dave she's done with everything, and Katie instantly assumes that Dave is cheating on her with Mindy. She admits to cheating herself and breaks up with him in front of everybody. Over at Chris's, we see him embracing his destiny as he dresses in his mom's gimp suit and tells Javier his new villain name.
Henceforth I'll be known as the motherfucker.
With that outfit, I'd expect a villain name like the Gimp. But hey, to each their own. If you want to be a fucker of mothers, go for it. Just stay away from my wife. Mindy done, Kick-Ass heads back to the street and meets up with another hero called Dr. Gravity, played by Donald Faison. The two discuss being heroes and that Gravity knows a guy who's putting together a team of superheroes. While waiting on Gravity in the bathroom, Kick-Ass is jumped by a couple of thugs wanting more YouTube hits. Gravity evens the score before more thugs cause them to split ways. The motherfucker then makes his villain debut robbing a convenience store. While Dave tries to convince Mindy to join the team via text, Mindy's stepfather tries to consult her on the forced slumber party she's going to. Gravity shows Kick-Ass the rest of the team.
It's like a real life Batcave.
I know, right?
This is the single greatest thing I've ever seen.
Welcome to Justice Forever.
At Mindy's party, the typical white chick asks questions about what Mindy has done with Dave, only to find out they have not done anything. We then see this movie's crappy boy band and see just how clueless these girls really are.
What the fuck was that?
That, my friend, was your first wet daydream. We then meet the rest of the team. Colonel Stars and Stripes, played by Jim Carrey, an ex-mafia who's now a born-again Christian, Remembering Tommy, a mother-father duo looking for their lost son, Night Bitch, whose sister was murdered, Insect Man, a gay male sick of being bullied, and Battle Guy, who just turns out to be Kick-Ass's friend Marty. One thing I do want to mention is that in the comics, Jim Carrey's character of Colonel Stars and Stripes is actually two separate people called Colonel Stars and Lieutenant Stripes. The two of them are a set of twins who are ex-mafia, born-again Christians. They took that idea for the film and just turned it into one person, which I personally think is lazy instead of just getting a set of twins or just turning them into brothers and getting someone else to go off of Jim Carrey. But then again, still a good character, still a good thing. Just one small thing I wanted to point out. On with the review! We then jump to Chris getting UFC training and getting his ass kicked. He decides to use his money instead and starts hiring hitmen. At school, Mindy tries out for cheerleading, using her training as her way of getting things done. The movie goes into more narration as Kick-Ass celebrates his new team as well as getting to know Night Bitch a little better, if you know what I mean. Dave then tries to once again convince Mindy to not give up on being Hit Girl, but she is insistent on being a normal child. To prove her point, she asks a random jock out to her on a date. That night, the team heads to a gangster's hideout and the Colonel shows how much of a badass he really is.
I just don't understand why people feel the need to use that kind of language.
The team goes straight to taking on the gangsters and eventually overthrows all of them. The Colonel sends his dog on the leader's balls and he eventually tells him where a group of women are being held. Night Bitch then gives all the gangsters money to the group of women to help them out. Chris, of course, is pissed off that Kick-Ass is doing good, and Javier starts listing off the goons he's hired. Chris, of course, gives them names like the Tumor, Genghis Carnage, and Mother Russia. What's next? A German named the Nazi Commando? Or how about an Irishman named the Leprechaun? Or how about this one? a Mexican called Little Sombrero Boy. I'm going to hell. Dave and Marty ask Todd to be on the expanding team, but because his outfit is so close to Dave, as well as the name he picks out, they joke him as he storms out pissed. Mindy gets picked up for her date, which turns out to be a setup ditching set up by her friend who was just jealous of her cheerleading success. Mindy heads over to Dave's and we see how upsetting the situation was. Dave convinces her to take charge and be the girl he knows her to be, and the next day she shows up in school with a better attitude and gets revenge only the way Hit Girl can.
You get away from me. Please, you win. I don't want to win. I just want to make the world a better place.
Note to self: invest in sick stick. Dave comes home and finds his dad snooping around his stuff, finding his kick-ass gear. Dave is peeved his dad invaded his privacy, and the two get into an argument where Dave flat out tells his dad he thinks his life has no meaning. Chris is visiting his uncle in prison, who tells him to drop the supervillain act when he says no, he has his men on the outside kill Javier. Chris takes this as a challenge and says the motherfucker won't die as he takes his team of villains to visit the Colonel and jump him. While he tries to defend himself, it doesn't end well for the hero. While the motherfucker rants and his minions tear up the place, our villain finds Night Bitch's information and sets his sights after the Colonel's neck is snapped. Mindy's dad is pissed off at what she did to the other girls and that she wants to go help Kick-Ass take out the motherfucker. While the team is trying to figure out a way to stop the villain, Kick-Ass comes to the realization that Night Bitch has not been seen in a while. The movie jumps to our villains who burst into Night Bitch's home, and the motherfucker decides it's raping time!
It's time to see what evil dick feels like. Shit.
What's wrong? What are you doing? Come on! God, okay, I'm not in the mood.
I guess evil dick feels limp.
Your dick is limper than an elephant's trunk! While the motherfucker is doing his thing, the cops arrive on scene, but it's not long before Mother Russia shows us why you should not get on her bad side. Note to self: don't fuck with Mother Russia. The city now begins to arrest heroes and anybody willing to put a mask on. Dave visits Night Bitch in the hospital and promises to make everything right, but she says to just give up. When he gets home, the cops are seen arresting Dave's father for claiming he is Kick-Ass and not Dave. In the jail, Dave's dad makes him promise he won't get into the superhero stuff anymore.
You gotta promise me you will never dress up in that outfit again. Do you hear me?
I promise.
At the fucker's villain headquarters, we see him pissed that he believes the guy they arrested is not the real Kick-Ass, and Todd stupidly reveals to our villain that he is actually Kick-Ass's father, so our villain gives the word to inmates to kill Dave's father, which of course Dave takes badly.
Whatever happened to that guy? What is it? Dude, what's wrong?
The movie then goes to funeral mode for Dave's father. While the depression sets in, motherfucker's men decide to ransack the place and attack everyone, going directly after Dave, kidnapping him. Mindy saves the day in one of the best scenes of the movie as she single-handedly takes down the entire truck.
Pull over, puke face.
Yes, ma'am, please don't hurt me! Mindy starts interrogating the tumor for motherfucker's whereabouts, and after threatening him to make him eat his own dick, he spills the beans. Mindy tells her stepfather what's going on and tells him she will always be Hit Girl. As motherfucker is celebrating his future win over Kick-Ass, our hero spoils the party but only shows up with Hit Girl.
Oh, this is perfect. Are you really that stupid? There's two of you and a whole army of us. Do you really have such a hard-on to die?
No. That's why we brought our friends.
The massive fight between heroes and villains begins as the nameless villains fight Justice Forever, Mother Russia goes after Hit Girl, and Kick-Ass, of course, goes right after Motherfucker. All of the fights go back and forth as the scene jumps from fight to fight, and Mother Russia eventually overpowers Hit Girl. The fight with the fucker and Kick-Ass goes up to the roof as they are kicking each other's asses. Mother Russia makes a mistake she'll soon regret.
That's not what it's for. It's called adrenaline, bitch.
The motherfucker is a complete idiot as he fights with Kick-Ass, who just tries to save him. As he falls to the shark tank below, he is quickly eaten. Kick-Ass is shown contemplating everything, and the other superheroes join him and Hit Girl in one final Justice Forever shoutout. The movie ends with Mindy telling Dave that she is going to leave New York and kisses Dave after telling him he's a hero for the city. The movie then ends with Hit Girl driving out of the city and one final narration from our hero.
Superheroes can't exist in the real world for a reason. It's because the real world needs real heroes. And not some punk in a wetsuit playing dress up, but a genuine badass who can really kick ass.
So there you go, Kick-Ass 2. While there is a little bit difference from comic to film, it is still a great movie. There's nothing bad to say about this film when it comes to comic book expectedness. It feels like you are watching a comic on the big screen. Now, with that being said, let's go to another sequel that I personally did not enjoy as much as I hoped I would. But next week, I will be going into Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'm your superhero critic. I'll stay super as long as you stay awesome.